Hi, I'm Lee. I use they, them pronouns, and this is another episode of Navigating Cancer. So this has been quite a journey so far. I just completed my 12th round of chemotherapy. My 12th was my final round. For those of you who have not gone through or been with somebody going through chemotherapy, the infusion center has a bell hanging on the wall near the exit that you get to ring when you complete your infusions of chemotherapy, and you ring the bell 3 times as kind of symbolic of completing your process. And so I got to ring the bell yesterday. All of the nurses in the infusion center came out to applaud and cheer with me as I rang the bell. And they made a really lovely experience of it to just celebrate my transitioning out of that phase. And it's been interesting because as I've been on this journey of healing my internal garden and removing the cancer from it, I've been learning a lot of things as I've shared here on this channel. Like I said, I've completed the 12th round. You know, it's like, okay, so well, now what's next? It's all done, right? Well, yes and no. I'm done with infusions of chemotherapy. And on a really delightful note, all of my scans, all of my blood work, everything has continued to come back negative with the results that we want to see, that my body is showing no signs of active cancer. So from a physical standpoint, the chemotherapy and the surgery have been successful. As my doctors had planned, it was curative. And chemotherapy in and of itself is a very toxic substance. It is a poison that is meant to kill cancer cells. It also harms the healthy cells in the body. So now I'm seeing my next stage in this transition, in this healing process. I've healed my body of the cancer by using toxic chemicals to eliminate the cancer. Now I need to heal my body of the toxic chemicals of the chemotherapy. So I'm kind of transitioning out of healing from cancer to healing from chemotherapy, which is a new space to be in, but I'm excited to be in it because I feel like the healing from chemotherapy is going to be much gentler on my body and allow my body to heal itself while it purges and cleanses out and releases the buildup of chemo. So I am on a journey to heal myself in a new way. These last few rounds were difficult as the chemotherapy continued to build up in my body, and the neuropathy in my fingers has progressed from bad to worse. My fingertips are mostly numb. It just kind of feels like that sensation, like, I don't know if you've ever played a guitar and you've been pressing on the strings for a really long time. Suddenly you just kind of lose sensation. They just feel like kind of deadened or desensitized. My fingernails feel almost like I can't quite feel them. Like after you slammed your fingertip in a door and the pain has worn off, but now the numbness is there and it just kind of feels kind of dead, but not, like you can sort of feel something, but not quite. It's an awkward experience, and it's just ever present in all of my fingertips, and extends down through my fingers and into my hands a little bit. I also have that same experience in my toes and in the bottoms of my feet, which is common with many forms of chemotherapy, to have neuropathy. And so I've been navigating how to just live with the experience of neuropathy. Most people do recover from neuropathy, some people don't, and so it's just a matter of finding out will my nerve endings grow back or heal? So that is kind of next on my path of healing, is getting my body into just a really healthy internal state so that it can do whatever it can possibly do to recover what was damaged during the chemotherapy treatments. So I'm excited to be done with the toxic curing process and move into the natural, healthy curing process of this whole journey. And I'm so relieved that I don't have to return to an infusion center and have any more toxins put into my body. And I know there's Like logically, like I know that is the reality, that I'm done with that, and also like it hasn't truly sunk in yet. Like I don't actually know, like it hasn't really hit me, and I'm sure there will be some good cries ahead when it finally sinks in. So moving on from there, the things that have really shown up for me that I've really been learning and embracing and experiencing. The last few rounds of this process has been hard. Obviously, sitting in the space of feeling the neuropathy take over my fingers, my toes, and even sometimes feeling it in my face, feeling the tingling and the muscle numbness felt scary, and knowing I would have to go back in and get more chemotherapy, knowing that's going to contribute more to the numbness and more to the physical things happening to my body that didn't feel good, and also knowing this is how I stop the cancer from coming back, and also having just incredibly lowered energy and oftentimes being completely zapped of strength and feeling very weak and very unable to do a lot of the things I would normally feel very comfortable doing and have a lot of energy and strength to do, and just not having any of that and feeling incredibly frustrated and tired and sometimes angry at the fact that I just didn't have the ability to be or do the things I would normally be or do. And I had a really good conversation with my therapist about how frustrating it was to feel so stuck and incapable and unable to just be myself, who I felt myself to be before this diagnosis. And she shared about the idea that the planet we live on, it goes through seasons. You know, in the summertime, like everything is full of life and there's sunshine and there's fruit growing on trees and the animals are active and everything is going. But there's also, we move into winter, and in winter, particularly in certain parts of the world, the lake freezes over solid. It stops moving. The trees lose all their leaves. They stop bearing fruit. They look dead. They look like there's no life in them. The animals all go to hibernate and go to sleep and stop being active, and everything is very still and quiet. And so for me, I was really learning to embrace how important it is to slow down and accept and receive the stillness, that is actually an absolutely necessary part of that cycle of life in the world, that everything needs to slow down and be still and be quiet and sleep and rest so that it can come to life in the spring and be full of life and rejuvenate and grow and produce fruit and be active. And so instead of being frustrated in the space of feeling sick and feeling weak and feeling like I didn't have anything to give or to do and couldn't contribute, and just being frustrated and angry at my body for feeling so weak, I started practicing, and I'm continuing to practice because obviously I've just finished chemo. My strength isn't just magically back. It will take probably months for my body to really start to come back to its own self, and I don't know if it will be the same. I don't know what it will be like, and it will be an adventure to find out. But while I'm still in this space of limited capacity, learning to embrace the winter, embrace the stillness, and allow my body to rest, allow it to be frozen or to be still or to sleep, and to just know that this is part of what's preparing for the coming seasons where I will get to come alive again and produce fruit and be active. So right now, instead of being frustrated, I'm practicing thinking about the things that I enjoy about winter. What are the things that I love about winter? When it's cold, I like warm blankets. I like sitting in front of the fireplace if I have one, or in front of the space heater, or just lighting a candle or two, making the space cozy, getting a good book and reading it, or getting out my art supplies and coloring or painting or sewing or whatever it is that's cozy projects that make me feel warm and cozy, and having a friend over, or sitting with someone I care about and being close and sipping warm cocoa or cider or coffee and having good conversation, right? So just getting back to what are the things about those cold seasons when I can't be out and active and doing lots of things and frolicking. What do I do in the stillness, in the quiet? Taking naps, curling up with a good book, doing my art. So just reflecting on how to embrace the stillness and the winter of where I'm at right now as my body is healing. And as I move into this new phase of allowing my body to rest and to heal and recover from the journey of navigating cancer and navigating chemotherapy and healing. Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. And I've been so grateful to have all of you on this journey with me and to be able to share this journey with you. Yeah, I'm just excited to see where things go from here and see how my body responds to no longer having chemotherapy dumped in it. I'm excited about new possibilities and new adventures ahead on this journey of navigating cancer. And I think that's where I'll leave you all this time around. Remember, no matter what you're going through, you're not alone. We're all in this together. Until next time.